Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, we discuss my boot collection. In the past, I already discussed my cufflink as well as my shoe collection, so if you're interested in those, please check them out here. Also stay tuned for other videos about my closet and my wardrobe. So the first boot of my collection is this black one here that is kind of an Oxford Balmoral boot. It has a Vibram rubber sole for better traction, even though it's Goodyear Welted, as well as a lambskin lining that keeps my feet warm during the cold Minnesota winters. It's actually made by Shoe Passion, which is a German company, but the shoe itself was produced in Spain. In Britain, you mostly find leather-lined boots, and I've always found that they're way too cold for winters with lots of snow and low temperatures, such as here in the Midwest. The next boot I have is likewise black, but slightly different. It's more elegant. It has a leather sole and a cap toe, as well as a Balmoral boot style with an insert in a contrasting black suede. It's typically something you would find in a shoe that was worn with a sturdy suit or morning wear back in the 20s and 30s. And today, you can also wear it with like a business suit, for example. And to break up the black monotony, I added some gray contrasting boot laces from Fort Belvedere, which you can find in our shop here. Usually I wear those with my cashmere striped trousers, either for a stroller ensemble or a morning coat. To learn more about morning dress, please check out this video here. And if you really want to dive into it, get our over 200 plus page guide in our shop here. The next boot is likewise perfect for morning wear. It is Goodyear Welted by hand. It's a prototype from Fort Belvedere. It's a button boot, and 10 years ago those boots weren't around. Now you can see they're more popular in Japan and more people wear them with suits, but traditionally they were worn with a cashmere striped trousers, and because the outfit was usually a mix of white, black and gray, this kind of two-tone effect really helped. If you want to learn how to button these boots with a hook, please check out our video here. Next up is a Chelsea boot, which is an all-time classic with the rubber elastic. Here it's a contrasting kind of bluish purple, which makes the boot stand out. Otherwise, it's a very dark chocolate brown color. In Italian, I think it's called testa di modo. And it's nice because from afar it may almost seem like a black shoe, yet you can also wear it with outfits that usually call for brown shoes. It has a medallion cap toe as well as rubber soles, so it's good for wet fall days. Next up is the Dalton boot from Edmunds in Horween Cordovan. It's oxblood. It has this open lacing system, which makes it easy to get inside of the boot. It's relatively tall or high for a dress boot, and the Cordovan ages in a different way than calf leather does. And again, we're preparing for our shoe shine series here. To spice up the look, I added a pink pair of boot laces from Fort Belvedere, which you can find in our shop here. I think there's not many places out there where you can find long boot laces in all kinds of different colors. Again, Goodyear Welted, made in Port Washington, Wisconsin by Edmunds. Now, this Scotch grain boot in brown by Edmunds is also made for the winter. It has kind of a sheepskin lining, but only on the side and on the top upper, not at the insole, which is quite funny because then your foot gets cold from the bottom and it's kept warm from the other side. So I like the all fur-lined version from Shoe Passion more. That being said, it's kind of a pigment-coated Scotch grain pattern, which works well in the winter because it's quite water resistant. It has some hooks here at the top, and it has a rubber sole, and it's a good shoe when it's not super cold outside. Next up is a Jot Pro boot, which has an Indian heritage, comes from the polo fields. To learn more about this stylish shoe, please check out the Jot Pro guide on our website here. It's a nice medium brown, very elegant, very clean lines. It's closed with a strap that goes all around. It's a very good shoe. I've liked wearing it. It has likewise a rubber sole, so it's good for fall days. And it works with all kinds of chinos, khakis, anything where you otherwise wear brown shoes with. It's made in Italy, Blake Rapid Stitch by Scarosso. Next up is this kind of work boot style made of oil leather with like strong caps. It's a true work boot for work outside and it has this white rubber sole. It's usually typical from Red Wing. I think this model here is from Thorogood, which basically has the same properties as Red Wing, but you pay less for the marketing and it's less expensive. Next up is a suede boot on quite an elegant last. I like it quite a bit. The suede is in a nice rich brown. I think the brand is called Armin Oehler. It's a German brand, but I think they're made in Asia. Goodyear Welted, and I enjoy wearing it. Not so tall, more of a chukka boot style. To learn more about chukka boots, please check out this in-depth video guide here. And in general, if you want to learn about all sorts of boots and shoes, we have in-depth guides that you can find on the Gentleman's Gazette website. Here's another Jot Pro type boot from St. Crispin. It has a different cut. It is hand Goodyear welted in Romania. It's a custom shoe. You can see it's very fine stitching, and I've had it for a long time. It has served me well. Good shoe. Here's a pair of vintage Morelands from England. They have a lambskin lining all over, which is quite nice. They're not super tall, so I wear this boot a lot during the winter. Yeah, it's definitely not in the best shape, but we still have winter and snow outside here, so I'll have to wait until that's gone, and then I'll probably make a video out of it. This is a nice, typical English country boot in an orangey tan color. Feels very sturdy, has a double sole, so it's very thick, but just a leather lining, so it's good if you're in the countryside, but not great if you live in a very cold climate. I like it for fall outfits. It's very stiff and just a solid shoe with metal eyelets. I added a burgundy contrasting pair of bootlaces from Fort Belvedere just to complete the look. I like to wear it with all sorts of tweeds and more casual outfits. Sometimes even though with like black corduroys, and the tan provides a very nice contrast to them. Another more unusual boot is this blue one here from Jamie Johnson, which is a German brand. Honestly, I don't quite know where the shoe was made. It's Goodyear welted. It has a leather sole, and you can see there's some contrasting leather layers in between here just to kind of make it different. Blue suede is not a very common color either, and the lining I think here is turquoise. The shoelaces are burgundy. So overall it's more of a statement shoe, yet the burgundy color is quite dark. So you can wear it with outfits where you would otherwise maybe use a dark brown or a black shoe or boot instead. And I like it to have different options in my boot wardrobe. The next shoe here is a very interesting model. It's from Edmunds. I think it was a special edition made for mass drop. It has like an oiled sole that is rather soft, a nice English suede leather that is unlined like a true original kind of chukka or desert boot. So if you like Clarks, I would say this is the better version. It's Goodyear welted in a nice sand color. So I like to wear it at the end of the summer. It's kind of a low profile boot. There's no support really in the heel, so it's a very casual boot that can look quite nice with chinos or seersuckers, for example. All right, gentlemen, that's it for my boot collection. And again, if you want to see other items such as my shoe collection, please check them out here. And to subscribe to new videos, please hit that subscribe button along with that bell. Otherwise, you won't get all the video notifications, and that's what you want. In today's outfit, I'm wearing an olive green jacket, which is part of a suit. I combine it with a very small scale blue, white, and green houndstooth pattern shirt with a big kind of 70s inspired collar. I wear it with a yellow silk knit tie from Fort Belvedere that works well with the yellow pocket square with hand-rolled X stitches, likewise from Fort Belvedere. My pants are classic sand-colored chinos, and I combine them with purple and turquoise socks from Fort Belvedere with shadow stripes, and they work well with the turquoise leather lining of my green velvet house shoes, which are slippers, which I have two, of course.